What's up, Rocket fans? How are you doing out there? I am Kris Gardner of the Houston Roundball Review. We're going to talk Rockets and this butt whooping. Hell, this KG after dark. The ass whooping that OKC handed out this evening, 153-121 in Oklahoma City. It wasn't pretty. Rockets trailed by what? As much as 45 tonight? Did it get worse than 45? 45? Nope, 45. 38, 41, 44, first three quarters for OKC, 123 points after three quarters. Woo, boy, that's a lot of points. Defense was trash from the jump. SGA made sure that the Rockets were not going to win tonight, and the OKC was going to get this dub. He was aggressive in the first quarter, outscoring the Rockets himself, 20-19 in the first quarter. Rockets trailed 38-19. That was it. No comeback. Yep, Solo, you're right. Put it up there. WK, how are you doing? Space 873 with the first comment of the show. I'm going to put it up in a second. Ty played well. Brother Nix did not play well. Ooh. Didn't even play good defense. Let's talk about this. Come on, really? Jabari isn't looking like a top 3 pick at all. He's not shooting the ball well. Hadn't shot well from 3. Except for maybe a week or two all season. That has been a surprise, has been disappointment. Keegan Murray's, 22 years old? Will be 23 this year? Different players. Who's a better defender? Not even close. Who's a better defender? Who has more long-term upside? Keegan Murray or Jabari? Who wanted to make the playoffs this year? Sacramento or the Rockets? Who's in their 17 year playoff drought? Sacramento or the Rockets? Sacramento, whole different kind of thing. Come on now. I don't want to go here, WK. I don't want to go here. I don't want to go here. But Jalen comes back. First game back after a few. Rockets got waxed. And defense was really bad. It was bad. It was really, really bad. Dacian Nix could not guard Shea. Jalen couldn't guard Shea. Shea took turns abusing any Rocket that I guess was around him, because not many Rockets really got in his way to contest his shots, his dribble drives to the paint, because he had free reign in the first quarter. It was a stroll to the park for him in that first quarter. Let's see, what was his numbers in the first quarter? It was just ridiculous for Shea in the first quarter. SGA in the first quarter, 7 for 10 from the floor, 6 for 7 from the line, 3 steals, 1 block shot, 0 assists. Why pass if you don't have to? If you don't need to, why pass? He outscored the Rockets 20-19 in the first quarter. He was aggressive from the tip, and that was it. He made a point that that OKC was not going to lose the Rockets tonight. Alan Luna, I'm tired, man. It's been a long week. Me and Sarge talked about it after last night's game against the Raptors. We were joking around. Sarge going to take a little vacation with his wife. I'm going to go out of town this weekend. And both of us said, Rockets play again, win after Saturday? And we're like, Monday. Really? Yeah. It's all running together. Rockets are home for next 2 games, Monday and Wednesday against Sacramento. Another team playing fast-paced, up-tempo. I think Steven Silas said after the game he was pissed off. In the post-game presser, he was pissed off. He should be. This effort was inexcusable. I don't care if Eric Gordon didn't play. This was a prime example of the stats saying, see how the Rockets lose when Eric doesn't play. Case in point, it was just awful. I mean, this crappy defense, crappy effort, no effort. And that's the biggest issue, no effort. After Jacob said last night in the locker room, effort. You can play with effort. Everybody can play with effort. Well, Rockets didn't do it tonight. It was just, it was disappointing in the lack of effort that they played with tonight. This is the biggest issue with Jabari, his shot. And I said it last show on Let's Talk Houston Rockets. His form is different almost every jumper he takes. You're not going to be a consistent shooter if your form changes every time. Follow through, your hips, foot placement, All of that. Got to get consistent with that. Confidence, all those things all tie into it. His jumper, that has been a disappointment to me because, I was very high, and I'm still high on Jabari. But his shot from outside is not good right now. That's obvious. And this, come on, Rafael. Come on now. Eric Gordon has played well last 3 games, 24, 25, and 28 Friday night against the Raptors. Trade this man. Trade this man. Trade him. Get something for him. I said it last night. I was one of the few that said out loud in the media room, I was repeating that Bucks offer, 4 second-round picks. Where Eric Gordon was playing the last 3 games, make it 5 second-round picks. Another colleague tossed out there. Come on. Trade this man. Trade this man. The last 3 games, I'm going to say this as well, is how Eric Gordon should have been a leader for these young guys throughout this whole season. Lead by example instead of pouting and saying things on Twitter or in the locker room out of pocket. Deadline is February 9th. And let me put this out there. Mark Stein and Chris Haynes, 2 well-known national, highly respected NBA insiders, have done a few podcasts and Stein's newsletter this week a few times. I think today Stein wrote as well. There was no mention of Eric Gordon discussing any of the rumors Stein wrote and reported. And I'm like, oh my goodness, come on, Rafael. Come on. I hope this is a case of silence is better than leaks. Come on. But yep, solo correct here. Tari has looked better than Jabari. He sure has. No, I agree there as well. Tari hustles. His 3-point shot is not great, but it wasn't great in college. But Tari's played consistently well, much more than Jabari has. Agreed. Again, both of them are youngsters. Not going to give up on them. And kudos to John Hollinger from The Athletic and anybody else. But I know Hollinger suggested the Clippers were make great offers, a very good offer for Kyrie earlier today. And lo and behold, later on this evening, Woj puts out there, the Clippers are now made a great offer. Well, we knew that a few hours ago, Woj. But WK, this is accurate for sure. Tari hustles, but yeah, finishing around the hoop, it's almost like his hands are too small. Something that he doesn't finish. Ball slips out of his hands a lot. If he doesn't dunk it, he misses dunks on occasion as well. But yep, no Gordon, no Tate. The defense was bad. Yes, they are. Jayshawn and EG are the Rockets' best defenders, one-on-one defenders, team defenders. But that's still no excuse for the lack of effort. What was the final total for fast break points? Fast break points, it was 11-2 fast break in the first quarter for OKC. 11-2. 11-2 in the first quarter, fast break points. For the game, 27-12 fast break points. Points in the paint, Rockets 68-62 Thunder. So, surprise, surprise there. But the Rockets missed 20 shots in the paint. OKC missed 14. OKC shot 57% for the game. 57.7. 21 for 46 from 3. Rockets 10 for 30. 0 for 7 from 3 in the first quarter. It was Josh Christopher made the first 3 for the team in the second quarter. It was ugly early and ugly for most of the game. At 153 was the most points OKC has scored in franchise history, surpassed the 150 they scored against Boston earlier this year. So I've heard seen that the Clippers may buy out John Wall. Go figure. It may include him in a trade package, but if not, they might buy out John Wall. Clippers trying to. Oh well, John. Good luck to you there, or whatever happens for you going forward. So, why is there no effort? I've said this before many times. And as a coach, professional coach, you play who gives effort. You sit guys who don't give effort. But as a professional, at some point, it is not the job of a head coach in the pros to ask guys to give effort, to ask pros to give effort. It's part of your job to give effort. We hear a lot from retired players, current players. Hey man, I'm well paid. I'm getting paid a great deal of money to play a game I love. So the least I can do is give effort. You're damn right. Give effort. No player should need a coach to give effort. But when players don't give effort, sit their butts down and play guys who do give effort. Period. LP didn't play well tonight. LP had issues with Mike Muscala in drop coverage. Mike Muscala is a three-point shooter. And unlike Wednesday, Mike was making the threes. I mean, Mike scored 19 points. LP scored 10. LP got in foul trouble, 4 fouls in the first half. Had a bad game. That happens. Let me see, turnovers. What turnovers? He made some of those LP passes again, too. Three. Only had 3 turnovers. 3 turnovers in 15 minutes. Rockets had 16 team turnovers. OKC had 25 points off those turnovers. But I want to say first half, it was bad. Let's see. First half, it was 14 points off turnovers. So 14 and 12. So it was balanced. I say it was 14 and 11. It was bad all around. But Tata played well. 25 minutes, 9 for 16 from the floor. Only had 2 assists. 3 fouls, no turnovers. Jason Nix, 17 minutes, 1 for 3, 0 for 2 from 3. 5 assists. He did have 5 assists. But he didn't impact winning. You know, and Dacian is once again in a shooting slump, or just a bad shooter, or you know, whatever you're going to say. He's just struggling right now to make shots. So, oh yeah, then you got those 4 fouls in the first half. You know, he played 4 minutes in the third quarter. Rockets were down by 40 after 3. He wasn't going to play LP in the fourth quarter. Why? It's a 40-point ass whooping. You know, please, that's a waste. You know, and then some Rocket fans would have complained, why is he playing the starters in the fourth quarter? We're down 40. What's the point? Try to get them injured? Man, they're not taking on purpose. And let me say this, and I'm going to keep saying it because it keeps being brought up during these shows and on Twitter from fans. The players, no players, Rockets, Pistons, Hornets, Spurs, NBA players, they're not trying to lose on purpose. Okay, they're not tanking on purpose. We see these guys playing. They're playing. They should be playing hard and giving effort, but they're not trying to lose on purpose. Now you start seeing now, especially now, and in March, you start seeing teams sit guys down with low back injuries, calf strains, slight groin issues. That's the organization saying, you need to sit down, man. Yeah, you need to take a rest. You need to, you sure you feel okay? You start seeing more of those. You're seeing them now a little bit with low back injury or a knee strain. That is an indication of the organization tanking. The players want to win. They're trying to compete most times than not. Tonight was a poor example of giving effort. But because, again, the three teams with the worst record have an equal chance to win lottery, 14% each. Fourth place is 12. So it's not a huge difference there from 1 to 4. If this were the old days and no lottery ping pong balls and the worst record guaranteed you the top pick in the draft, then you'd see all kinds of strange lineups and quote unquote injuries and stuff like that. Oh, yeah. But hell, Rockets 13-40, Detroit, 14-40? Charlotte is around that too. Spurs, those 4 teams, they're putting forth effort. Kind of. But you see the injuries. I mean, Eric Gordon, injury maintenance. Come on. We knew last night Eric wasn't going to play tonight. We knew last night Jason wasn't going to play tonight. Come on. That's the franchise. That's the organization doing that. So, come on. That's the issue there. It was back-to-back, but there was a bad effort from the guys who played. They did not give effort. Alan Luna, let me answer this question. A vet, hope so. A vet, yes. I mean, the name I tossed out months ago at point guard, a veteran at the point guard spot, Corey Joseph in Detroit. Stabilizer. But you know what Corey Joseph is dealing with in Detroit? I'm not sure how long it's been, week or two. A lower back injury. You know what that means? Mr. Ivy, you're going to play the point a lot more now, even though you're not a true point guard. You're going to learn how to do that in the NBA on the fly. Oh, okay. And you see him struggle with some 6 turnover games. Interesting how that works. Okay, how that plays out. So if Corey Joseph is somehow involved in a trade by February 9th and his new team, and he's suddenly healed, that back is no longer an issue. Damn, Corey, I thought you had back pain. No, I was good. Just rested. Just waiting for the opportunity. Okay. It's funny how that works. How it works in the NBA. And here. And let me, did y'all hear it last night? Part of Coach Silas's post-game comments for his rationale for playing Daisha Nix finished the game last night instead of Josh Christopher. Defense. Daisha's a better defender. Daisha. And this is after Jacob was 7 for 8, scored 15 points. And when Coach Silas said that, I'm like, are you serious? Daisha Nix for defense? Really? Yeah. Okay. But he said it. Y'all can see the post game on the YouTube channel. He said it toward the middle of his post game press conference. He said those words. Big Sarge asked him why Josh Christopher did not finish the game. Whew. All right. So, yeah, on that one. But, yeah, I was glad to see Ty get more minutes. Got 25 minutes tonight. 8 more minutes than Daisha Nix. Really like seeing that for sure. Regular supporters and followers of this show know how I feel about Daisha Nix and how I feel about Ty Washington. So let Ty finish the season. Excuse me. Let him finish the season. These last 38 ball games, 28 ball games, 29 ball games. 29 ball games. But Jacob playing better. He stayed ready. You know, he had doubts if he gets minutes, but he's playing well last few games. His handle's a little loose too. Turnovers are still an issue a little bit. He had 3 turnovers in 28 minutes. Jason had 2 turnovers in 17 minutes. But Josh had 5 assists. 7 for 11. 2 for 2 from 3. 4 for 6 from the line. No rebounds, though. Come on, man. You got to do better than that. But good. Garrison Matthews. DNPCD. Garrison Matthews, DNPCD. Good. So it's, Garrison has been struggling lately. Don't play him. Play Ty and Josh Christopher. Let them see what they can do. And give them some consistent minutes for a few games. See if they can perform. Good. Is Silas getting fired mid-season? It's been quiet last few days. So, beating Detroit in Detroit with effort. How they won those, that 2-game winning streak was good. But for me, it doesn't change anything. And promoting John Lucas. And I'll say this to the fans who note the Rockets are 2-0 and Lucas is the head coach. Okay? If Stephen Silas is fired and Luke is promoted to be the interim for the rest of the year, won't y'all complain if the Rockets win more with Luke to finish the year? Won't that defeat the purpose of y'all? Where's the comment here? So Victor Wembanyama, won't y'all be, like PHC said, tanking for Victor? Won't that defeat the purpose? If the Rockets promote Luke and they start winning games under Luke and end up with the 4th or 5th worst record in the NBA? Because it ain't that many different, not much difference between Rockets and the Spurs. Big difference between 4th and 5th worst record now. So KDC says, no, it's the way we're losing. Lucas would be better. But KDC, I ask you, if they show effort, if they show more effort, they're probably going to win more games. Do you agree with that? If they show more effort as this season winds down? Let me see here. If they show more effort, because, the Hornets, Pistons, Spurs, and Rockets are separated by 1 loss. And then Orlando is 6.5 away. So if the Rockets show more effort under Luke, it won't take. They win three more games with Luke as head coach. 3, 4, 5, whatever. I'm kind of curious to see how Detroit and San Antonio and the Hornets finish out the season. So, okay, so Ray says it'd be watchable. And again, I want y'all to say it. If the Rockets are watchable, being watchable will probably result in winning some more games. So what I'm saying to you is if they are watchable and win It won't take much to win more games while being watchable. They could finish with the 4th worst record in the NBA. So percentages are still a 12% chance, a 12.5% chance of winning the lottery, but you'd also, worst case scenario, finish 8th. So is that what y'all want? That's what y'all want? And see, this is what I don't. This is where I say about Silas is enabling them. And Luke is setting them straight. Luke does not want this job long term. You hear the relief in his voice after 2 games. He's glad when Stephen Silas is back coaching. Luke doesn't want this job. You hear Luke say after games, he holds them accountable. It's all about accountability, as it should be. But it's a cliche, but it's also true and accurate. The assistant coach, the second person in charge, is always popular. It's like being a substitute teacher. It's always popular, more popular than a regular teacher. So KDC, he benched KJ. Okay. He did, talking about Luke. But tonight, you already had no Eric Gordon, no Jayshawn Tate. Garrison Matthews was the only one who did not play. So who else did he have benched? You know what I'm saying? Tata played 25 minutes. Who do you think makes the decision about resting Jayshawn and Eric Gordon on back-to-backs? It ain't Stephen Silas. Right? That's not Stephen Silas. Let me be clear. Stephen Silas has a lot of flaws as a head coach. But if you're already without Eric Gordon, Jayshawn Tate, and Kevin Porter Jr., who else is he going to bench for lack of effort? Daisha Nix, he could start Ty instead of Daisha Nix, which I think he should. But beyond that, what the hell? Who else is left in the backcourt? Y'all want Garrison Matthews to get more minutes? See, this is where I'm getting at right here. Stephen Silas is the puppet for Rafael Stone and Tillman. Okay, DC, I know this fact. I know this. I know that very well. I know that. Everybody knows that it covers the Rockets, follows the Rockets. Sure. Worst record in the NBA, 3 straight years. But they would not have the worst record in the NBA if they promoted Luke to finish out the year. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to get across. Luke could hold these guys accountable, sit guys down who don't play. That would result most likely in more wins. Enough wins that they would not have the worst record in the NBA. So if they don't have the worst record in the NBA, like I said, one more time, Rockets 13-40. Pistons 14-40. Spurs 14-39. Hornets 15-39. It would not take much for a Luke-led Rockets team to finish the year, because the rest of these other 3 teams, Spurs, Detroit, Hornets, they won't win more than 22 games. If that, hell, one of those 3 might not win 20. So in that scenario, a Luke-led Rockets team might get them to 25. That's the 4th worst record in the NBA. That's what I'm saying. But everything looks bad. It looked all right Wednesday. It looked all right last Saturday when the effort came, when they out-hustled Detroit and beat Detroit. Looked fine then. So that's what I'm saying. It's past that point. I mean, Tillman said already, and I repeated over and over again, ad nauseum. He expected more wins for this team this year than last season. They won 20 last year. They're not on pace to do that. But if they promote Luke to be interim, they probably get there. So want to end up like the Pistons, meaning what? Detroit entered the rebuild before the Rockets. I guess when you got Sadiq and Isaiah, it's been 3 years. This is the third year. But they won lottery last year and got Cade. And now Cade's out this year. What is it? The Rockets have the only team, NBA team, has got 3 guys in the Rising Stars Challenge. They're hanging their hat on that. Only team with 3. Probably should have 4. Or replace Jabari with Tari. Jalen LP and Jabari. So Sadiq's playing well now. KDC, yeah, he's finally getting some consistent minutes and consistent spot off the bench. He's playing well. Keenan had a great 2 months. Kind of struggled last couple of weeks. But so yeah, I don't know about ending up like Detroit. I don't know, but trust me, Detroit Pistons fans saying the same thing about Dwayne Casey that Rocket fans saying about Steven Silas. Trust me. You get wide open looks. The players miss wide open shots. It's the coach's fault. Wide open look. Miss a layup. Oh, it's coach's fault. Damn. I mean, which is it, man? So yeah, like I said, I know Dwayne Casey's. I see it. I hear it. Oh, this is interesting. Comment right here. Rock's need a true center. Why you say that? I don't know about that. That's Rock's need a guard, a point guard, somebody to run offense. That's what they need. They need somebody to run the show. That's their first need. It's right there. Steven Silas is gone. 4th year is an option. He's gone. He's not coming back. He won't be coaching his team next year. No way, no how. He's gone. No, he's gone. No, I'd be just shocked out of this world if Steven Silas is the head coach of the Rockets next season. Oh, no question. No question. But I'm going. Don't forget, John Wall said the organization is trash. The organization is trash. Who is in charge of the organization? That is not Steven Silas. So, the head coach, I doubt it. I mean, it'd be the right place, right time, but he's gonna have to go back to the grind and earn those stripes again to prove he deserves another chance to get another shot at the head coaching job. All right, I doubt it. So Ryan Hollins was frustrated in what was the game against Minnesota? Was frustrated. He and Ackerman were frustrated when Ant just went off. Ant went off that game. SGA went off tonight, and they voiced their frustration. Yeah, sure did. But KDC, my point is, I'm going back to it again. The perception around the league about the Rockets It's a poorly run franchise. Stephen Silas is not, he's a head coach. He's not the GM. He isn't the owner. So that's the perception around the league. So, okay, a new coach, and it won't be Luke, because unless Luke changes his mindset, I don't believe he wants to be a head coach long term again in the NBA. So who is that going to be to instill a new culture here to hold these guys accountable? Who is that going to be? Who runs the franchise? Silas? Hell no. Silas doesn't run the franchise. He's a coach. This is not the Spurs. He didn't run the franchise. Stone and Tillman run the franchise. And Patrick Fertitta and Pickett Fertitta. But it's not Stephen Silas. Oh, no. No way. No. No. And it's good these last few games. Stephen Silas getting emotional and calling guys out. He called timeout when it came out with that trash effort last night against the Raptors in the third quarter, how they ended the second quarter. So he's trying to hold them accountable. You know that Raptors hit him on an 8-0 run to start the third quarter, called quick timeout. First quarter tonight, garbage. When Shea went off on Dacian, Jalen, pick a rocket. So no. KDC, yes. Team is not franchise. No way. That's a vast difference right there. Vast difference. But clear, Steven is not going to be head coaching this team next year. I think he knows that by now. Yeah, he knows that. I mean, maybe that's why he's trying to be more aggressive and hold guys more accountable. Trying to borrow from Luke a little bit. But again, Tata played 25 minutes tonight. Jay Gut played 28. Tari played 25. Hell, Trevor Hudgens got some minutes tonight. Oos got 14. So Josh, Christopher, and Tata both played more than Dacian Nix. That's a positive. That needs to continue the rest of this damn season. That's what should happen. Because who said, Jonathan Fagan said it a while ago in an interview with me, said it last summer, that the Rockets believe Dacian Nix is their point guard, could be their point guard of the future. The Rockets. And I think that was before. That's Rafael Stone. That's not Stephen Silas. So keep that in mind. So Terry, no worry, man. Just join up. So catch up. Cheers. So, all right, but KDC, now you're making our point about if all the players, majority of players are inexperienced, who drafts the players? That's Rafael Stone. That's not Stephen Silas. And if they're bad, if they're poor picks, that's Rafael Stone as well. So that's the GM. Rockets have a very young team. What is the stat? Second youngest team in the NBA. OKC is the first. OKC has skipped steps in the process because they got SGA. And Josh Giddey's playing very well. Josh Giddey's a point guard. But they've skipped steps in the process. To be so young and to be as good as they are, as promising as they are. That surprised a lot of folks this season. And this is without Chet. And I saw Chet after the game Wednesday. And what the suit he had on, that was, I thought he got a style. He got a fashion sense of his own. Man, well, it was different. But he's a tall fella, tall, slim fella. So, KDC, hey, I'm never saying Steven Silas is blameless. Hell no. As a head coach, he has to maximize what he has. He hasn't done that. He has not done that. He's helped make individual players better. But the team isn't better. His job is to win. And Al P's a better player. Is he not? Okay. Al P's, I think his progression has surprised a lot of folks. And see this comment right here. Eric Gordon. If it's Silas, Rafael, I've said it for this whole season. KJ Martin should be starting at small at the 3, not Eric Gordon. I've said that for a long time. A long time. Ray W. Tillman said in the summer, he expected, it's on the YouTube channel. Find the video, find the playlist. He expected this team to win more than 20 games this year. He said that. He and Rafael Stone had a media session with us. He said that. They're not doing that. Ain't happening. Steven will be fired because of that. But at some point, when you're starting Eric Gordon and you're not trading Eric Gordon, that's not Steven Silas. Steven Silas can't trade Eric Gordon. Steven Silas can keep saying over and over about how Eric Gordon is a veteran in the locker room and he provides this and winning habits and all those things. Prior to these last 3 games, he did not do that. He was not being a good example for the youngsters on this team. Eric Gordon was not doing that. Game in, game out. He was not doing that. He let his frustrations get the best of him. And it hurt the team. He's played very good the last 3 games. But that's 3 games in the last out of 50. Too late. KPJ and Jalen bad defense? Yep, they sure are. But this point is legit right here. Steven Silas was hired to coach a contending team, not a rebuilding team. Correct. But I'm going back to it. Where is I missed it? Where is the point here? Terrible defense. Go back to it. Lionel Hollins was brought in to do what? What did they tell us? What did the organization say to us? What do we expect Lionel Hollins to do for the Rockets, for these young Rockets? Make them a better defensive team. Make them gritty, grimy defenders. Physical. Have we seen that this year? Hell no. Right? Lionel Hollins, old school coach, known for being a physical guy, coaching physical players, physical style. Where's that? Where's that been? So, incremental improvements. There has been incremental improvements. It just has not been consistent enough. Jalen Green's had some moments. Not enough good moments. Scoot had some good moments this year. Not enough. Alpe's had some good moments, much longer and consistent than the rest of his teammates. Tarisin hustles and had very good moments. But he's had some slumps too. Jabari, defensively, solid. Offensively, not good enough yet. Garrison Matthews, floor spacer. 3-point shooting has been there this year. Eric Gordon has been frustrated and hasn't played well like he was expected to play and lead this young team. Jayshawn Tate missed a lot of the year because of injury. KJ Martin has played very well this year. KJ and Alp probably been the most consistent at playing well this season for the Rockets. That's not enough. That's also why they are 13-40. So sure, it's frustrating. No question. And a new coach will have to clean this mess. But if they win lottery and get Victor, if Victor stays healthy, man, look back at this season and be like, well, it was worth it because we got Victor. There you go. There you go. Well, Harden pushed for Silas. Well, the options were Silas or JVG, and James did not want JVG, so he he vouched for Silas. And Daryl Morey left. Why did Daryl leave? I'm not a fan of Daryl. Y'all know that. Tad Brown left. Then James left. Russ asked out. Steven Silas wasn't around for that. Daryl Morey. A lot of Rocket fans love Daryl Morey. But he left for a reason. Tad left for a reason, eventually. They can say all the kumbaya stuff they want to, but they left for a reason. Okay. So, interesting. It was ironic when Ackerman mentioned it during the game tonight that Usman, tonight was his first action. He's played, I think he sat 4 of the last 5 games, and the one game he played in was when he beat Detroit, helped beat Detroit with 2 corner threes and good defense and all those things. Well, Us still has hands of stone. So that's an issue. So that is one reason why he doesn't play. But Bruno did well tonight. Bruno gets in foul trouble. Part of that is on screen and roll when the ball handler does not wait for him to get set to set a good pick. But tonight, 9 points, 5 boards, 3 assists, 1 block in 17 minutes. That's solid. Us, I wouldn't mind seeing both of them play, share some time on the floor when it matters, in the first half. Give a different look. So, interesting take right here from Alan Luna. And reminder, support the channel, hit the like button, smash the like button, as some folks say, youngsters say, smash the like button, support the channel, tell your friends about the channel and the show, the content here on the Houston Roundball Review. Going to do a Folks Talking Sports tomorrow, and then have Let's Rage Cougs after the game against Temple tomorrow night. And Rockets Monday, Wednesday against the Kings. But this team should look different next year. There are guys on this team right now who should not be on the team next year. The Rockets need to upgrade the talent for next year's team. They should. They need to. They have to. Orfeld has to do that. Because with a new head coach next year, if the talent upgrade is not good enough, then all eyes will be focused on Rafael Stone. Because new coach is going to come in and clean up a mess, be more accountable, more demanding of these young players. But hey, Ray, I agree with this as well. Agreed. Which goes back to my point, a couple points about Stephen Silas. Stephen Silas does not cut players. He could sit them down. Maybe he should sit them down. But he doesn't cut them. That's not a decision. It's Rafael Stone's decision. Tillman's decision. And, you know, it's interesting how when Garrison Matthews was Gary Bird and signed that 4-year deal, there were some folks, some Rocket fans, oh, yeah, got to steal. Got to steal. Garrison Matthews, long-term, come on. I'm not going to be a long-term player in a rotation of a championship contender. Please, come on now. Really. Come on. But so, you know, we shall see about him. Daishen Nix. And like I said again with Daishen Nix, go back to it. Daishen Nix is Rafael's guy. Rafael is big on G League development. He's part of the part of we can make combo guards, point guards in the NBA on the fly. We believe in Daishen Nix because of his physical stature and his body frame reminds Rockets of Baron Davis. That's what Fagan told me in the interview. Body frame, body type for Daishen Nix. Come on. Who's a better point guard? Ty is, not Daishen Nix. Most of us on this show saw that, believe that in October, November. Many of us believe give Ty some time in G League and then bring him up and let him run the team for the rest of the year. A lot of y'all on here said that. I said it as well. Maybe tonight will be the start of that for the rest of the season. But yes, I still believe the Rockets should compete for the play-in next year. Continue to get better 2 years from now. Top 6. 3 years from now, top 4. So Garuba 3 is more real deal than Jabbar, right? From a corner, maybe. You know. Okay. Deuce was 2 for 4. Jabbar was 1 for 3. All right, but you know, Oos is not a long-term answer for Oos on a championship caliber team is like 9th or 10th man. You know, I mean, let's be honest. Up to half this team will not be here when the Rockets are competing for a championship. And maybe more. And it's up to Rafael to continue to upgrade the talent on this team. That's his job as general manager, to upgrade the talent on this team. And we'll see. But first things first, make Eric Gordon happy and trade him to a playoff team. Got 5 days. Make it happen. KDC, what, 2 years from now, competing for a top 6 seed in the West? 2 years? You can't wait 2 years? Playing next year, 6 seed in 2 years, and then top 4 and 3? That's 3 years. Get Victor, might cut a year off of that. Got to stay healthy. That's part of it as well. But hey, and let me be clear. I'm not a Rockets fan. I cover the team for now. Try to get someone else to cover Rockets going forward so I can get back to college basketball. And for next season, split the time, split up the work. This is wearing my old ass out. But hey, I'm not a fan. If you ask me if my man Blue was on here, Rogue Blue was on here, we can talk about my frustration with the Pistons. Same stuff. Turnovers, lack of effort, what the hell are they thinking kind of stuff, on and on. But Rocket-wise, I covered this team. Lack of effort tonight was inexcusable. Some of the comments from Coach Silas, I've heard Dwayne Casey say a bunch this season after games. We got to cut down on the turnovers. We got to play harder. We got to do the little things. We got to stop making these careless mistakes. We're a young team. We got to learn how to fight through adversity. We got to learn winning habits. On and on. But sure, the frustration, hey, I get it. Rocket fans are frustrated, tired of losing, tired of the lack of effort. The effort has been better lately prior to tonight's crap. Crap. Let's see. The others that are here will be on their second contract. What group are you talking about? Let me miss the part WK. But yeah, half this team, and maybe 9 or 10 of these guys won't be around when the Rockets are competing for a championship. Yeah. And that's how it should be. Jalen got a lead. I don't know if it's in him to be a leader. I'm not sure. I mean, I think some folks are born leaders. And I think this is accurate. I think Jayshawn Tatum's leader and Eric Gordon was expected to be a leader this year, more so than he has been. But in terms of being a vocal leader, I'm not sure if that's Jalen Green. A vocal leader. Jalen, he does some things. He has some bad habits that need to be fixed. Need to nip some of this stuff in the bud right now. But as a vocal leader, I don't know if that's in him. Jabari could be. Hell, I think Tari could be. You can see during games, Tari's clapping, trying to get the guys motivated, focused, refocused in some cases. Might be him. But I don't think it's going to be Jalen. So going forward, it might be Tari or Jabari. That may not be a bad thing. The franchise may have to readjust and realize that Jalen Green is not the face of the franchise. He's a guy who can get you buckets, get you some assists, but not be the vocal leader of the team. That might be. He might grow into it, but I'm not sure he's a leader. Mudbone, thank you for chiming in. We've talked about it, about Ty should be getting minutes the rest of the season, period. With the NBA, with the Rockets, not in the G League, with the Rockets. Should be running the offense for the rest of the year, period. Period. LP is a vocal leader, maybe secondary. But I don't think it's going to be Jalen. Jalen's young. True. A lot of these guys are very young, you know. But, well, you know, it could be Victor, could be Scoot Henderson. If it's Rockets, you know, finish first or second. It'd be kind of an interesting dynamic for the Rockets if they land one of those two guys, and how the current Rockets, young Rockets, react and respond to either one of them as leaders on the team. So lots to digest. Will be a different head coach next year. You know, I believe that. So, you know, and this is an interesting, we'll see how it plays out. We saw tonight Alp and Jalen did some more pick and roll together. That should be a focal point of the offense. That pick and roll with those two, running the offense through Alp more. And it'll be on them to figure it out, make it work. If they have a problem, then the coach needs to sit one of them down and play with somebody that can make it work. It's simple as that. Or in the summertime, in the off season, if they decide that trio doesn't work, then you trade Scoot for somebody else. No timetable. I haven't heard anything on KPJ return. You know, with the foot, the toe. If Wemby comes, if Rockets land Wemby, one of them is going to the bench, no doubt. Hell, you know, I'd like to see Wemby, Jabari, and Alp up front. And then you have Tari and KJ. Or, you know, if you just figure it out, make it work. And have Ty at the 1, Jalen at the 2, Jabari, Wemby, and Alp up front. That's a lot of potential right there, I think. And it should be able to cover up some of the deficiencies on defense. So that's the thing. Got to figure it out. The Rockets, Eric Gordon looked good without Jalen Green. He was aggressive, offense. The ball movement was better overall. Jalen Green came back. No Eric Gordon, so it's hard to say. So we'll see how it looks Monday against the Kings, who like to play fast, up tempo. I choose to believe pride will kick in for the Rockets in Monday's game, and they'll give effort. They'll play better, at least give effort against the Kings. Monday. Wednesday, we'll see. But that's, you know, Jay-Sean and Eric should play Monday, so that'll help with the rotation. That should help if guys aren't giving effort. Sit their ass down and play somebody who is going to give effort. Point guard in free agency. I'm thinking coming via trade. So we'd have to really look at it and see, hell, after these few days, you know, before the deadline. Because again, Mark Stein and Chris Haynes, their talk these last few days in reporting, they didn't even bring up Eric Gordon involved in trade discussions. The last few days, last week or two, last week and prior, Eric Gordon was mentioned. Last few days, nope. I'm seeing Josh Hart mentioned, Bones Highland mentioned, Cam Reddish, Matisse Thybulle, we all heard about that one. Christian Wood, D'Lo, possible buyout for John Wall, Mason Plumlee, Malik Beasley. So, of course, Kyrie's going to probably go to the Clippers. Kind of curious to see what they end up doing. But if he goes to the Clippers and we've seen the players play differently when Luke is in charge. But part of that is Luke. They know Luke will sit them down. But they also part of it is it's that players love the backup quarterback. They rally around the backup quarterback and play better for short stretches. Eventually, if Luke was promoted to be interim head coach the rest of this season, at some point, the same issues that we see now would pop up. The turnovers, the poor defense, the lack of effort. The honeymoon phase with Luke would wear out eventually. So I've inquired. I had to, and I'm going to say this, might get myself in trouble. It's all right. I've inquired, going through the proper channels to request an interview with Luke. I have not heard back yet regarding my request. So going through the proper protocol to do this, even though I have Luke's phone number. So yeah, let me say that again. I'm requested to go through the proper protocol to speak to Luke, even though I have Luke's phone number. So we shall see if that ever happens. Because, hell, technically, I didn't go through the proper protocol to give an interview with Natalie Alvarado. So we'll see how it all plays out, All right, family. Rockets Kings on Monday. Well, I guess you're the Kings now this season. The Kings on Monday and Wednesday. De'Aaron Fox, area product, will be in town. Family will be here. Mudbone, he would right the ship. Let me ask you, before we shut it down here, let me ask you your thought and your honest assessment. I believe Luke would hold the Rockets accountable if he were the interim head coach for the rest of this season. Yes. Mudbone, would you be good with the Rockets being held accountable, winning more games under Luke, if that means they end up with the fourth worst record in the NBA? Not first, second, or third. Would you be good with that? Of course, fourth worst record is just 12.5% chance rather than 14%. So it's not a huge drop-off, but it is a drop-off nonetheless. So would you be good with that? Luke's promoted. He sits KJ Martin down. He sits Scoot down if they mess up. Guys play hard, give effort, play better, play more focused. Cut it down on turnovers, whatever you want to call it. But would you be good with that if they finish with the fourth worst record? Luke is not a permanent fix because I'm not sure he wants the job long term. I'm pretty sure he doesn't want the job long term. I think temporary he's good with. But I think he likes where he's at. So that's the thing the Rockets have to decide. Because there's one loss separating Rockets, Spurs, Detroit, and Hornets. 1. 2 teams have 39 and 2 have 40. So it wouldn't take much. It wouldn't take much winning for the Rockets to go to 4th worst record. KJ did not complain, to his credit. And, you know, as a coach, if you get to a point in your career in your life, just don't care if a player complains about getting benched. You know, veteran coach, been around the league long enough. You didn't play hard enough. You did not give effort. You made too many mistakes. You hurt the team. You did not make winning plays. You made too many losing plays. That's why I sat you down. If the player refuses to accept that, that's on the player. Stephen Silas said last night, it's about winning, about building winning habits. Well, that was last night. Those winning habits were not on display tonight in OKC, as OKC set a franchise record for most points scored in a game with 153 in a 32-point rout of the Rockets. OKC led by as much as 45 tonight. Had 123 after 3 quarters. 123 after 3 quarters. SGA had 42 points. 14 for 23 from the floor, 14 for 15 from the line in 30 minutes. 42 points, 6 dimes, 2 blocks, 3 steals, 4 rebounds in 30 minutes. OKC's second leading scorer was Mike Muscala, 19 points, 6 boards, 5 for 8 from 3. Isaiah Joe scored 18. Josh Giddey with 17, 10, and 8. Woo! Rockets off the bench. Jay Gupp and Ty Ty each scored 20. 18 from Tari Eason. Jalen Green scored 12. Jabari 11. Al P battled foul trouble. 10 points in 15 minutes. Oos scored 10 points as well. Rockets scored 121 and still lost by 32 points. So that'll do it. Rockets are now 13 and 40 this season. Host the Kings Monday and Wednesday coming up. Then they go to Miami on Friday. And based on what Craig Ackerman mentioned during the broadcast, they'll be in Miami for 3 days. So that might be a little fun. Thursday, Friday, and Saturday for the Rockets and the announcing crew. And Vanessa enjoying the Miami nightlife. Miami nightlife is undefeated, as we know, as some folks say. Thank you, as always, to everybody who chimes in their comments. KDC, Mudbone, you, WK, Jeremy Johnson, Solo, Dilo, Alan Luna, Ray W, PHC, Terry Agent. All of y'all, thank you very much for your time, your comments, your questions. Hit that like button, smash that like button, tell your friends about it. Chip in to the channel, contribute with those super chat, super stickers as well on any of the videos you see on the Houston Roundball Review YouTube channel. And of course, if you are not just a Rockets fan, join me and Willie Gibson tomorrow at 3 p.m. Central Time on Folks Talking Sports. We're going to talk about the Pac-12, Texas, Longhorns, OU, and the Big 12, and Ohio State, and Donovan Mitchell, and Dylan Brooks. We're going to get into all that discussion and might talk about Kyrie news as well. So join us for that. And then Sunday evening, join us, me, Andy Yanez, and Dayon Dunlap on Let's Rage Cougs as we discuss the Houston Cougars men's game at Temple. Tip for that game is 5 p.m. Central Time on ESPN2. Our post-game show, Andy is in Philly for the game. So we'll do post-game Let's Rage Cougs right 8 o'clock, maybe. So just join us for that. If you are a Coug fan or want to hear a different type of discussion that I do here on the Houston Roundball Review YouTube channel. As always, thank you very much. Next show. Probably Saturday, but it'll be from a different location and different backdrop. Yeah. Looking forward to that different backdrop, especially. So looking forward to that show next Saturday. Just tune in for another edition of Let's Talk Houston Rockets. And I might have something different besides this red cup. So until then, everybody take care. See you next Saturday or tomorrow. Peace.